one of Hopsin's fans had posted Jarren's music video on Hopsin's Facebook page, and he saw it and he checked it out. And that same week, they flew him out to, I think it was Arizona, and he was signed to Funk Volume.
Peace, what's going down? It's DJ Pain One on the line with a man who needs no introduction, but I'll give him a quick one anyway. We got Kato on the track, and I'm definitely excited to link with him at South by Southwest. How are you feeling, sir?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm excited for South by the way. That's gonna be fucking dope.
Yeah, I've never held a collaborative session before, but I've wanted to for years. Abe just calls me up and says, "Hey, you want to do these collab workshops for BeatStars? It's gonna be you, Cash Money, AP, and Ken." I'm like, hell yeah, I want to do that. That's crazy, of course.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
So speaking of other craziness that BeatStars has us do, 1 week notice. It's one of the most uniquely created hip hop albums I think ever, and that's out. It's been out all month. It features Wright, Jarren Benton, Audio Push, Demrick, Emilio Rojas, Reezy, DJ Hoppa, and of course Kato. When BeatStars and Dame Ritter came up with the idea of creating an entire album in 1 week, what was your initial reaction to that?
I've done projects like that before in actually a shorter period of time. Like I've done, collaborative projects where me and a couple other producers organize like this thing during A3C, and we just bring through a bunch of artists to come record on our tracks, and we do an entire project in like 3 days. So, but it was really exciting to me to get to work with this particular group of people. I was on board right away. Like I didn't need any time to think about it. Dame just hit me up and he was like, "Yo, I'm working on this project. Are you interested in being a part of it?" And I just right away said, hell yeah, sign me up.
It was literally just a bunch of dudes going to Austin and finishing a full album in 7 days.
Pretty much, that was the whole concept of it. 10 artists and producers, rent an Airbnb, record out of the BeatStars studio, and see how much music we could come up with. And I don't think anyone really had any expectations going into the project, which was cool. I think that was a good thing because we all just came in ready to work, like that's all we wanted to do is we wanted to work, make the best music that we can make.
I imagine even today a lot of people don't fully understand the role of a producer. It's not always just to make beats. And I know you did produce beats on the project, but what were some of the different roles you played in the creation of 1 week notice?
I was there for every step of the process. Like I was in the studio with Jarren and Emilio, and that first night it was all of us. Like we were all crammed into the BeatStars studio, and we knocked out like 2 or 3 songs that first night. But I was there for every step of the process. Like I made a beat from scratch in the studio. Get It and Go was made in the studio from scratch. Like I didn't have that beat already pre-made. I just thought it would be a cool vibe to like start recording something off of. And I was there for every step of the way, from making the songs to the actual mixing process and coordinating with our mix engineer Tantu. Shout out to Tantu. He was the engineer that mixed and tracked everything for the project, and I was there for all of that and just giving him feedback and telling him like certain things to tweak or change, and so I was there for the whole thing.
So you technically produced songs that you didn't make the beat for then?
Somewhat. So like DJ Hoppa was also, he produced about half of the project too. And we found a nice little groove with like half of us going to the BeatStars studio and recording songs there, while the other group would stay at the Airbnb, and they had a little mobile setup that they would just set up at the crib. And Hoppa was usually with that group. So we had like 2 separate groups going on at the same time, just pumping out all this music, and then we'd kind of convene at night at the crib and just share what we got, and we just kind of fill in the gaps from there. The fans love it. I think for a lot of them, it's the first time that they've heard Jarren and Dizzy on the same song since the Funk Volume breakup, so I think that was really exciting.
So shifting gears and talking more about you, you started your production career the same way a lot of producers do. You made beats for a while and then got a little more serious in college. and then finally decided to go all in. And I've read a lot of bios and, you know, I read your wiki, but I didn't really get a clear idea of how you made that leap from, you know, working on the showcase circuit to signing to Funk Volume.
I'm trying to remember myself. I wasn't even really conscious of what I was doing back then. I think I was just trying to figure out where I fit in the whole just music scene in general. And for me back then, it was just fun. Like I was doing it because I was having fun doing it, and I was working with my friends, and we were making music together and putting out music videos and doing shows. And I didn't really have any expectation of where it was all going. So the whole Funk Volume situation, like that just came out of nowhere. Like one of Hopsin's fans had posted Jarren's music video on Hopsin's Facebook page, and he saw it and he checked it out. And that same week, they flew him out to, I think it was Arizona, and he was signed to Funk Volume. And then after that, like I continued working with Jarren, obviously, and then eventually Dame reached out to me and offered me a production deal. So then, you know, I joined the label as well, and it was just history from there.